guys. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Hey, everyone. Alright, we're going to get into this live. We're talking about the Alchemy of Baphomet. There we go. I could share it now. I want to just share this to a group. And we are going to have... Hey, what's up? We're going to have some fun. A lot of people had a lot of questions for me all day. It's been like interesting because, you know, guys, I really didn't realize that so many people didn't know about this stuff because I study a lot, especially when it comes to mythologies and ancient symbols and stuff like that. This is like what I do. So let me just share it to let some of these people know. Sorry, I don't like the technical stuff. I find it very boring, actually. That. Hey, Edric, what's going on? Yeah, I haven't been on in a while. You know what? Sometimes you got to take time away so you can sort of figure yourself out. No, baby. When I'm done, I promise, okay? Alrighty, love you. Alright, let's do this. And we'll do one more. And not yet. I'm not going to take any video requests right now because we got to get this kind of popping. Can I do one more? Nah, just one at a time. That kind of sucks because it makes it longer than it really has to be. So I got one more. And we're going to share this one more time. I'm sorry for the technical stuff. I find it annoying. I kind of want to get into this. I'm good, Nassim. I'm chilling. How y'all doing over here on Instagram? I'm kind of doing a simultaneous thing. If anyone doesn't know who Baphomet is on Instagram, look at my last story. Over here, you guys should know on Facebook. It'll be on my last page. And we are going to pour some libations because it seems like people forgot how to pour libations. So your girl, we'll pour it in this little wine glass I got sitting here that I actually used today. So it's not washed out, but maybe that's good. My DNA will be in it. You know, gotta look at the positives. Always look at the positives. I was trying to... Listen, if you guys are super Christian, this might not be for you. You may not find it. I'm trying to put a comment for you guys, but it's not oh, there it is. Can I only write a comment? I want to put a picture. Alright, well, screw it. I guess let's get things going. I'm gonna leave this alone for now. I'm kind of ready to go. I got a lot I want to talk about. Delete that, bring this back over. Alright, technical stuff is out of the way. Now we can have some fun. If anyone was wondering about the topic, we're talking about the Alchemy of Baphomet tonight. And this is some information that I channeled, other information that I feel just needs to get out to the people. A lot of this stuff, I just want to be able to see the comments over here. A lot of stuff, a lot of the spiritual work I do, guys, you guys know I channel and stuff, so this is just kind of like my path. So if anyone has any questions, you guys need dream decoding, make sure you hit me up. If you need help with your rituals, make sure you hit me up because that's going to be super important. Alright, so this right here, something I made, right? And I made this in order to, alright, that's perfect. This is something I made, and I made it because I do a lot of ritualistic work. And this was actually, I do a lot with herbs. So this is very sweet. If you do pour libations and stuff like that to your gods, creating something, and they're not gods that you worship, these are a description of energies within yourself. This is something that they love, love more than anything. So we're going to pour a wine glass, we're going to pour our libations. So basically, I'll say the name of the god, you guys say Ashe. All right, that's how this goes. So, well, we're starting with Baphomet. Baphomet Ashe, Chaos Ashe, Tara Ashe, Phoebe Ashe, Baal Ashe, Sekhmet Ashe, and then I'll put this outside after so that they can drink it up. Ganesha Ashe. Who else do I got in my head? I said Sekhmet. Osiris Ashe. Haru Ashe. Kundalini Ashe. Melanin Ashe. Obatala Ashe. Isis Ashe. Urzuli Ashe. She came up a lot lately. I said Gaia. Gaia Ashe. I'm not sure if I did her or not. Uranus Ashe. Who else we got, guys? You guys got any suggestions for our libations here? Alright, so I guess this is good for now. We're gonna pour this out later, but you guys know how you pour out some for your dead homies? Pour out some for your very alive energies. Put that to the side and let's get into this. Boom, I'll put that outside later for them. They can suck that up. Suck that energy up. I might have some of this tea myself later. Okay, so alright, so many people were asking me questions about Baphomet. A lot of people were very afraid of the information. A lot of people were very they were just very like scared. I did see a lot of Christians that were very triggered, and I found that very interesting. And to all the gods known and unknown Ashe, to all the ancestors known and unknown Ashe, my bad. And I found that, and it was interesting to me that people found something so simple, so triggering. So I did two things for you guys. I did some research, and I also did a pure channel. So I basically channeled, I got pen and paper, sat lotus style, and I had a book or whatever to lean on. And this isn't actually the paper. The paper that I wrote was like, but this is some of this information is channeled. Some of this information is going to be stuff that is just common sense, but it wouldn't be common to someone who's not up on this information. So this is going to be really good for those people who want to get some information on Baphomet. So Baphomet is the horned, he looks like a goat's face, he has a man's body, he has wings. I wish I had a picture to show you guys. I can't put a picture in the chat because if I could, I would, especially on Facebook, just so you guys have an idea, but it only lets me do emojis, and I just don't think that's gonna work. So it's all good. If anybody could put pictures in the chat, put a picture of Baphomet in the chat for me, so that people could get the idea of what Baphomet is. Hey girl. So let's get into it. So if anyone's seen my last post, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw who this deity, well, he's not really a deity actually from what he told me, who this figure is. And a lot of people are afraid of Baphomet, but the whole thing is that he really represents the coming together of a lot of different ancient traditions. So if you are a person that studies different mythologies, that studies symbology, that studies etymology, everything will come together for you a little easier. A lot of people don't have time, or they rather spend their free time doing other things. So there's people like me that actually study this stuff. So from our channel, I got, he wanted you guys to know a couple things. There was some history saying that Baphomet dates back to the Templars and that he created them. He said that the Templars, he said that even though in history, in our written history, it's saying that the Templars created him, he is actually an entity that had existed before them, and they just happened to rediscover him. So that's one channel. It will be something I have to verify, but I'm just giving you guys the information based on the channel that I received. He also said he's not exactly a god. Baphomet actually is a symbol or a roadmap for the divine body, and that's what a lot of people were not understanding. So it's like funny, because as you look at this image, there are a lot of people who are afraid and like you're just scared of yourself. I find that hilarious. So another channel that I got was actually on the etymology of his name. So the BA would represent the god Baal, and Baal was the golden calf in the Bible, and it means owner or lord. He's a fertility god, thus the horns, and he's actually the leader of the ancestral spirit. So that would be something that's, hey Strella, that would be something that's indicative of the underworld. So another thing is that the foe in Baphomet stands for Phoebe. Phoebe happens to be a Titaness. The melinated man and woman happens to be Titans. So that's something that we're going to want to get into. That also is representing the chaos energy. That also would represent the uncreate. All right, honey. I'll see you soon. Met. Met would be short for meta. And when you look up meta, that actually means metamorphosis. So you have this very masculine and very feminine energies coming together, creating a metamorphosis, or like a change. So this is going from the mundane man to them becoming the divine man, woman, being, because this is an androgynous figure. Baphomet has a couple symbols. I think the goat's head is really what scares people away a lot, but that goat's head is really just to scare people who are not supposed to get the information away. Really doesn't have, it's really not indicative of anything. The horns, it would come from Pan, who is a part of the fairy realm, and he's a nature deity, and he represents fertility, and it is said that he sleeps around quite a bit. We'll keep it nice. So basically, the horns would represent fertility. Now, the thing that's very funny about Baphomet is that he happens to have, like, almost, it looks almost like a shaft or something with fire exploding from the top of his head. Now, that when you look at that, that actually is when the crown chakra opens and you start to align with your cosmic energies. That's what that would be. All right, so now moving down, everybody will see the 5-pointed star on his forehead, and a lot of people are confused by this. Oh, why is there a pentagram? It is not a pentagram because it is not a closed circle. Thank you, Khalid. It is not a pentagram because it is not a closed circle. It is not a star that's closed in a circle. It's actually open. Now, that star represents different chakras and different chakra points in your pineal gland, which would be right here, which is also your third eye. So it's like, it's an active, that was another thing he told me. It's actually an activation symbol that a lot of people don't understand. So that would be an activation symbol. What else are we doing? So yeah, so it's just chakra points, and it also represents the wholeness. That 5-pointed star on Baphomet's head also represents the wholeness and of the human body. So it would represent how everything, that's also the hands, as above so below, as within so without. So the 5-pointed star would be it would be water, air, fire, earth, and ether. Water, air, fire, earth, ether. Ether represents the spirit. So that is the completed man. Same theme here, guys. We're going with the same theme, no matter what. And then what we got going on next in the spiritual element is, if you notice, Baphomet has tetas. He's got titties. So that is a symbol of androgyny. And the androgyny represents male and female characteristics. So that also is someone who is in divine alignment. Another symbol we're just like breaking these down real fast. If you guys have any questions after, we'll go through the questions. If any of you found this information to be useful, yeah, he's not a real figure. He's a symbol. That's what he told me himself. And I asked him because I did a channel. I asked him, I said, do you have emotions? He said, no. He said that he said, I don't have emotions. And then what I am is a roadmap for the divine human body. So Baphomet is just a roadmap for your divine body, essentially. All right, so let's get into the rest of this. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to leave a little donation, you guys can check out, actually I'll just put it in the chat here. You guys can check out my Cash App. If you feel like any of this information, I'm not done yet. If you feel like any of this information was resonating with you, and you appreciate it, I appreciate it too. So I'll put that in there for you guys. Alright, so next thing would be the wings. These big, beautiful wings. Wings are associated with, and see, this was a very interesting aspect. Now, the wings, a lot of people get super confused by, but the wings actually represent, if you study ancient Egypt mythology, wings represents the sun. So you see a winged disc, a lot of solar deities happen to be associated with the sun. So when you get into the solar deities that happen to be associated with the sun, you have this. Now, here's the interesting part. It's not the sun that you see outside. It's the sun that is in you. So this is the melanated man, melanated woman. The sun that is in you is a black sun. So those wings are representing the sun, but it's not the sun you see in the sky. It's the sun that you have in your soul. So that's something that you guys are really going to want to take away from this. The hand, as above, so below, which basically is the same as above, so below, as within, so without. So it's basically saying that everything that is in creation is emerging from you. And your body is basically the microcosm of the macrocosm. So this is also just letting you know about your lineage and how divine you really are. And the Sifra, now we're gonna go into Baphomet's stomach. He's got like a thing like this, and then he's got like that medical symbol that has the line in the middle, and then the two snakes like that. I know on Instagram they can see. I mean, on Instagram you guys can see me, but not on here. Whoop, 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 like that. So that's gonna be. So yeah, he's masculine. He is masculine and feminine. So it's really it, but it's not a god, or it's just a symbol. He described himself. I asked him if he had emotions. He said no. He described himself as a roadmap. He's a roadmap for the divine body. So he's a reflection of you. It's showing you that you have all these elements inside of you that need to be activated. So on the stomach, Baphomet had that's going to represent your Kundalini energy. So the twin serpents climbing up, going up Jacob's ladder, all that is going to be representing that energy. The lotus position. Now this was interesting. I'm looking online, because you see how he has his legs crossed. Hey, what's up, guys? You see how he has his legs crossed. Now, the lotus position was something that I was having a hard time with. So, I channeled it. I just channeled it. And what I channeled was, it's kind of like the same concept, how we'll say, like, stand on your square. Stand on your square. You know what I'm saying? Be in your fucking thing. Stand on your square. Be yourself. Whatever. That's exactly the same thing with the Baphomet, is that he stands on his square. So, it's crazy. It's like body language. When you don't want to be bothered with something, you lock your legs in. You create a cross with your legs. He, in order to hold his energy, to hold all that divine energy, he crosses his legs. So that's also a channel that I got for that. Yeah, that's it. And it's crazy because, see, in the way the etymology of the name broke down, I thought was interesting. Because Phoebe, because the foe is Phoebe, and she's actually a first generation Titaness, and that tells you something about your body, which I thought was fascinating. And she's the daughter of Uranus and Gaia, and that just came in the channel. I never really bothered with the Phoebe goddess. I really never really poured out to her like that. And then when you deal with Baal, fertility god, means owner or lord, and then it's sort of like an Osirian entity because he's the leader of the underworld, leader of the ancestral spirit, which would be the underworld or the spirit world. That also has to do with your subconscious mind. So a lot of these symbols are there just to remind you of who you are and what you have inside of you. And also to get you to do that mental magic and to work with your subconscious mind to bring about the best life. You deserve to live your best life at the end of the day. You know, and it takes a little mental magic sometimes. And also Phoebe happened to be associated with prophecy and oracular, which is just oracle, intellect. So that also was very interesting. I think that's it as far as that goes. We got, yep, we had everything down. Channels, everything. So the next thing let's get into, does anybody want a dream decoded? Once Vantan TC, stop being a creep before I block you. Alright, let's check out. Herbert said androgynous. Yeah, that he is androgynous, or it is androgynous. Khalid said, Oh, hey, what's up, Crystal? Check out some more of these comments. Alright, so what's up? Yeah, I tried. It wouldn't let me put any pictures of him in the chat, which would have been cool. No, I'm not familiar with Eliphaz Levi. Sounds familiar, but I haven't heard. So let's do. Would anybody like a dream decoded? Because I am trying to get some stuff done here. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to work with you guys. And we'll see if anybody wants one. If not, then I guess I'll do it another time. But yeah, that's basically the Alchemy of Baphomet. Now, I guess we can get into now. I'll just speak from the heart with some of this stuff, and talk to you guys about some of this stuff that I've noticed. Is a couple things with this topic that I found very interesting was the fact that this happened to be this Baphomet symbol is so in tune and in alignment with who we really are that I feel like people tend to shy away or want to get away from it, and I think that that's very interesting. So really search your subconscious mind, find your triggers, and try and dissolve them. Also, can you close my door, please? Okay. Thank you. Oh, that was so annoying. Also, another thing I like to think about is that, I mean, I had Christians like spamming my pages and all these people like spamming my stuff, and I thought that that was super weird. Another thing is there's a lot of people that are not doing their work. I know who you are. I'm not happy with you. And then there's a lot of people who are doing their work and then want to ridicule those who just don't know a lot yet. People really need to have compassion. Have some compassion for these people that are just getting into it, because you're not any better than them. And at one point or another, you were probably doing worse than them. So there's no reason for people to go around judging and making fun of people who Okay, so he's a culted magician that probably doesn't even know what Baphomet means. Anyway, there's no reason for anybody to go around judging or trying to talk shit about other people who are just new into this. It's really about sharing information, and anybody who wants to share information, I'm more than happy to talk to. You know what I mean? More than happy to share information. I'm more than happy to have us, grow. Frank asked a question. He said, how do you cope with maintaining your knowingness in a family full of Christians? Well, the whole thing is that a lot of times when certain people come into your life, especially on your path, they're there to apply pressure to help you grow. So because they're there to apply pressure to help you grow, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out a way that you can pour your libations, even if you have like a glass of water. Sometimes you got to get like sneaky with this stuff with certain people. You're going to want to pour your libations. If you don't have to see them, don't see them. Don't go to family parties. Don't go to family gatherings. If there's a way that you can avoid them, then do that. If there's no way that you can really avoid them, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just spend time raising your vibration. And you got to remember that whatever you're considering, whatever's on your mind the most, is what your life becomes. So if you want to have a magical life, you should be thinking about magical things all the time. That makes your life magical. If you want to have a spiritual life, if you want to grow in your essence and this is your path, then those are the things that you're going to want to focus on. Also, don't try and teach them. Don't try and teach them. If they don't want to, if you're saying some real shit and they're supposed to listen, they'll listen. Did he really? Well, Baphomet, there's no way that he drew the Baphomet unless he did it in a trick, sweetheart, because Baphomet has been around since before the Knights Templar. And if you were in the beginning of the live, I did speak on a channel that I got from Baphomet. And he said that even though in history they say that the Templars discovered him, that they actually only rediscovered him, and that he has a symbol or as a roadmap for our divine body already existed previously. Yeah, you know what? He probably just was bringing the symbol back out and trying to make it something that was popular. But yeah, this is a symbol that scares a lot of people, turns a lot of people off. You guys, if you guys ever read, I think it's Jeffrey Burton Russell, The Devil. I read this book and I really skimmed through it a lot. But the main thing that I got from the book, was that the devil, when a new nation comes in to conquer a people, the old people usually get kicked out. So what ends up happening is that those old gods become the devil and the new gods become the gods of both peoples. They become the gods of the people who were conquered. So that's what happens throughout history. So if you want to find, you're welcome, Frank. So if you want to find the book The Devil, did you read it? So if you want to find out about the devil, the way history works and conquering works, and if you want to find out who are the most primordial deities, you're actually going to want to trace it backwards. So, and it's interesting too, because if you guys ever notice in movies, villains always say the illest shit. Villains be the ones that got like the most profound things to say, and you'd be like, oh, you'd be sitting there like, yeah, son, I agree with you, but you're fucked up. And see, that's the alchemy, is that you hide it in plain sight, so to speak. Y'all like my little cup here, my coffee. I literally drink coffee all day. Okay, so what's up, Ghost Boy? All right, so Crystal says, have you seen that Ancient Aliens 4 Theory Lucifer? Was it that actually? Okay, let me break that down for you, Crystal. Well, any melinated person would be considered like an alien. Because the truth is that the whole planet is alien. Because they say that everything on the planet is created from stardust. So that would mean that the entire planet is actually extraterrestrial to itself. And that the people that came in here are extraterrestrials. Close it.
Mom.
Don't, hey. Sorry guys. Kids, what are you gonna do? He's gotta eat soon. Well, there's actually food, but he's very picky. So yeah, so we are the aliens. We're the ones that came from the star system Sirius. We're the ones that came down here, typically for a mission. And most people are here, most melanated people are here that are into this information, are here to really help raise the vibration on the planet so that we can get things going and get this going to a new level. That's really what this is all about. And Lucifer did liberate. Lucifer just, okay, they say Lucifer was what, the morning star, and he would be a very disgruntled son, actually. But Lucifer is considered like the morning star, so Lucifer would be the light bringer. So in order to have light, you would need to have darkness, because without darkness is really where all of creation emanates from. So that would actually make a lot of sense. And yes, that would actually be the pineal gland. If y'all ever read the Bible, God killed more people than Lucifer or Satan or whatever. Just saying. Satan only killed people with a purpose. God killed people for no reason. The God of the Bible is the God of this world anyway. Yeah, darkness equals melanin. There's a lot of ways that we can interpret these things. Yeah, Yaldabaoth did that. Right. And Yaldabaoth is the god of this world, so do not pour out any libations to him. Well, he's dead anyway, but just don't do it. And I only say he's dead because if you understand metaphysics, I only say that Yaldabaoth is dead because if you understand metaphysics, you know that the world ended in, quote unquote, the world ended in 2012. So that would be actually the end of an era. And now we're going into a new time frame, which would be the age of Aquarius. So then that old world would have to pass away, which is we're going through the death cycle now. And then we're going to be coming into a new vibration in a new cycle. And that's, I believe it's about 28,000 years. I may be off a couple thousand. But it's in the 24 to 28 range. You guys can go look that up. And that would be an eon if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that too. I would look it up, but I know that for the cycles for like Aries and, you know, Capricorn or whatever, when you're going through the zodiac, if you think about it, honestly, time itself will pass away. The zodiacs themselves will pass away. So if everything is an illusion and nothing is meant to last, then you got to ask yourself what actually exists. And then when you come to that point, you'll start getting into understanding yourself as a Titan, and understanding yourself as a chaos being, and understanding yourself as this thing that's primordial. You are the monsters. You are the aliens. You are the Titans. And don't let anyone tell you anything different. Gods are created. I could take a shit right now and create a god. And I will call my god Shit God, which is Set. Which is actually hilarious to say. But I'm saying, like, I say that to say this, that gods are created. Who is the creator? And people are running here and running there all over the world looking for this creator. It was you all along, baby. It was you all along, baby. All you had to do was look in the mirror. All you had to do was discover your own soul. All you had to do was discover your divine nature and discover yourself as a primordial, infinite being. And yeah, that's my live today. I think I'm gonna cut it off here. So if anybody needs any dream decoding, which I do, and it's been very successful. If anybody needs any help with channeling rituals, I can channel rituals. If you live in the New York area, I can actually come to your home and do a ritual for you. Or I can do a sage clearing for you, and we can also clear and set an intention for you. Just hit me up, guys. I'm available, I'm open, I'm here. And I appreciate everybody who came through and enjoyed the live. I'm going to end Instagram first because, yeah, we can share it. Because I don't really give a fuck about Instagram as much. My Facebook is where my people is at. These are the most randomest people coming through. Alright, does anybody have any questions before I end this transmission? Let's see. Let's go here real quick. That'll probably look funny. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll down. Any questions at all, guys, before we go? Alright, I guess that's it then. Checking up on y'all. Alright, well, as always, I love you infinitely. You guys take care. You have a beautiful evening. We are going to be discussing next week why AIDS is not real. Because it seems that some people still believe in the AIDS lie. So I gotta expose the truth out here. So that is what I will be doing. I will be exposing the truth on these motherfuckers. Well, I love you guys until next time. Peace out. And you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a tip on my Cash App. Empressisabelmontero. Nice and easy. Love ya. Peace.